Hey there, millennials. It is Mercedes, and you're here for my very first Ask a Recruiter. So it's something that I'm doing. It's totally new, and I am going to come and do some YouTube videos or just videos in general to just answer your questions that you've submitted to me via email or Facebook or my website, whatever, and just kind of answer those questions. So I sent out an email to all of you to ask what questions you might have for me. And so I'm using those to kind of create the content for these videos. But one of the questions that I have gotten consistently is, how do I define my career path, right? There's so many things out there that we can do, so many career paths, industries, whatever that we can pursue. And so we often get kind of get stuck in our job search because we don't know which avenue to pursue. We don't know where to go. And so what I'm going to talk to you today about is going to be a really quick video all about how you can be strategic about your career path and really map that out. So let's go ahead and get started. So my question I want to ask for you is, does your career know what you're doing, right? Does the things that you're pursuing, the jobs that you're applying for, the people that you're networking with, what you're learning, what you're researching, your job duties, do they really reflect what you want to do in the long term in your career, what you really desire, what you really want? And so I often find out that some people really settle, right? They don't pursue what they really want. There's a little dog over there walking, sorry. He made a cameo in the video. But they don't pursue what they really want, either because they don't think they have the skills, their mama told them that they can't have that job, or it just doesn't seem like it's something that's attainable, and so they don't pursue it. But I think deep down we all have this vision for what we would ideally want for ourselves in our careers, in our lives, right? And so that's definitely what I want to coach today, right? Career coach, but recruiter background. So what I want to tell you is that I want you to be strategic in the way that you plan out your career, the way that you go about things, the way that you plan things out, because when you're able to be strategic, then you're able to kind of see how that all unfolds and how you'll eventually get to where you want to be in your career, right? So that being said, in this lesson, there are 3 things that I want to ask you to help you really pull that out, because after that, I'm going to share with you a resource that will help you kind of go from step 1 to the end goal, right, which is having this ideal career plan, right, this ideal career action plan. So we're going to talk about that, but first of all, my first thing that I want to ask you is, what do you want, right? Like I said, it's not what you think you can have, it's not what your mama told you can have, your grandma or grandpa, whoever, right? Best friend, boyfriend, college teachers, high school teachers, whatever, they all try and ingrain these things about what we can do or have or who we can be. And so, but I want you to take a moment to ask yourself, what do you really want, right? What do you want in your career? What do you see as being ideal for you? What are some of the things that you've always wanted to pursue but haven't, right? And some of those leads, I always talk about leading with passion, right? And some of the things that we really, really want are led by passion, right? And sometimes we don't believe. We have a mindset that we can't pursue our passions in the workplace, right? But I guarantee you all of those things come together if you think hard about what you really want to do, and pursue those opportunities. So start there. Start with what you want to do and what you really want to do and why, right? Because that's where all the clarity is going to come from, okay? That's lesson 1. Asking yourself, what do you really, really want? Lesson 2 is also a question, right? I love asking the probing questions, right? Career coach time. So my second question to you is, what is your end goal, right? At the end of your life, at the end of your career, I always like to ask people, it's your retirement party and somebody gets on the stage and they're saying something about you. What do you want them to say? What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to have accomplished? Your title? Because when you're able to do that, you can find out so much about that path, right? You can find out other individuals who went down that road. You can look at different kind of career paths, right? There's a lot of resources out there. But if you don't know what the end goal is, you don't know what you really want to be able to say at the end of your career, at the end of your life, when you retire, whatever. If you're not able to really even figure that out, you might not be able to figure out why that's important to you, or why this career is something that's important for you. Because when we don't do that, we have jobs that we don't enjoy, things that aren't meaningful for us, lives that are miserable because we don't love our work, right? So that's something that you have to think about, the end goal, and then you're able to go backwards, right? Because you see that there's a clear, definitive path to this ideal position, right? So for me, I might, one day I might want to be a vice president for HR, or I might want to be a CHRO, right? And what does that really mean in my career path? And how do I get from the role that I'm currently in to there, right? So, and it's a lot of easy ways to figure that out. So I want you to ask yourself, right, I know what I want, what I really, really want, and I know what the end goal to that is, right? That vision that surrounds that, the mission that you have, why you want to do what you do, what impact you want to have. Those types of things will help you really define your end goal, okay? So my last lesson is also a question. You're surprised, aren't you? No, you're not. Okay, so after you've got all of that, and you're looking at this big picture, and I want you to take it back down, and I want you to ask yourself, what is the next step that I can take to be the person that is able to achieve my end goal, right? So what does that person have? What skills do they have? What experiences do they have? What education? What have they accomplished? Those things will help you really define what your next step is, because out of those you'll find one of the easiest things that you can do. What is the easiest win? Right? So maybe if one day I want to become a vice president of HR, one of the easiest things that I can do is I can go ask a vice president of HR how they became a vice president of HR and see their career path and understand what it meant to get there and how, right? And so that's one small step that I can make right now to move one step closer to my overall goal, right? But sometimes that might be pursuing a better aligned job. Sometimes that might be pursuing a certification, certain educational background, moving up on the corporate ladder, whatever that looks like for you is genuine to your story, and that is okay. Keep moving forward, but first pick your first step, okay? That's all I'm asking you for this video, right? I always like homework questions. Homework assignments, that surround questions, obviously, but that's my question for this video. So, in summary, I want you, if you're sitting here trying to define what your career path is, if you're really trying to understand what's important to you, I want you to start by asking these 3 questions. It's what do you really, really want? What is your end goal? And what is the very next step to help you get there? And if you need some help with that, I'm going to link how you can get my career action plan. If this is on YouTube, I'll put it in the description. If this is on Facebook, I'll put it in the comments, whatever. But I am going to share that with you so that you can map that out, right? And it's helped a lot of my clients get clear on what their next steps in their career is, so that there's not all of this overwhelm. They have a really clear vision moving forward, and then we're able to move past all of those things, especially if they're in the job search and they want to start pursuing jobs that align with their end goals, right? This is one of the very best activities that they can do for their career. So to you, I'm offering you this action plan. It is one of my free resources, so let me know if you're interested. And I hope you like the very first Ask a Recruiter, right? So you are a part of that. Awesome. So as we continue to grow and learn together, I want to thank you. Send me all of your questions for the next Ask a Recruiter. And until then, millennials, I wish you a very awesome week. Or weekend if you're watching this on the weekend. But take a break. Okay, see y'all later. Bye. I said y'all. Florida.